Hello, this is Katie again, and I am going to be showing you two cards today, just because they're probably a little less, I don't want to say effort, but a little less involved maybe. So I decided to just make two of them, so I have pre-cut some of the stuff, and I will show you. So there is an Instagram user, I don't know if she has a YouTube as well, but her Instagram is Sweet Miss Daisy, all spelled out. Sweet M-I-S-S Daisy D-A-I-S-Y, and I saw this card idea in her feed, and I thought it was really cute, so I kind of tried to come up with pieces that were very similar that I had, and these are the similar pieces for sure. These are the chipboard from the Target little bucket that I got that was full of chipboards. So the ghosts and the haunted houses come from there. I think she had some sort of rosette type thing. I don't know if it was this tissue paper or not. And then kind of like a wordy background. So I have two of them. So I've pre-cut everything. I have, you can see I have the card base is orange. I have a black one that's a 1/4 inch less total. So this is 5.5 by 4.25, 5.25 by 4, and then down to 5 by 3 3/4. So it's a difference of 1/8 of an inch all around when you put them together. So I have those, and then the purple and black wordy background comes from the Die Cuts with a View, DCWV matte stack of Spooky Halloween. It's this one right here. And then the other one is right here, and it's 31 by Pebbles. 31 meaning Halloween, October 31st, I'm sure. So that's where I got those two from. And let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna mount this part together, and then I'll show you the building it. I have some bats as well from the chipboards. So sort myself out here. I have the orange card bases. I just want to make sure I have the fronts right. So I just want to get these black black backgrounds down. And this one, probably use some more on the edge. Okay, so I will center that on the front of the card best I can. And then that one has a little thing on it. I'll use that side. Sorry if my tape runner is awfully squeaky. I hope that's not super loud in your ears, but it's kind of always been squeaky, but it works well, so I keep it around. Alright, so this one looks a little rougher, which honestly looks kind of cool for a Halloween card, but I used the back side. The front side had some divot in it, which probably would have been covered up, so it doesn't matter anyway. So I will put down the purple and black background. Oops. Center that on the black. And her card had some stitching in it, like actual sewing. I have seen that in a lot of things lately, especially embellishments and stuff like that, and I think it looks really cool. And I'm looking into like a handheld sewing machine. Kind of looks, this is the tiny attacher. It's a little bigger than this, but it kind of looks like that, where it like electrically kind of just goes up and down and you can move it. And I've seen it work on paper, so I was going to look at getting one. They're not very expensive. I was reading reviews on Amazon of certain ones because I want to do some stitching. So on her card she has stitching around the edges, and I thought that looked really cool. So for the purple one, I'm going to set this black one aside really quick over here. For the purple one, I have a pre-made rosette. I'm going to show you how I make these in this video. I'm going to make a black one for the other card. So that one is going to go there. The house is going to go on it, but it's going to, I want some like sentiments coming out first. So I'm going to turn these into banners with my square punch first. Again, if you're using a square punch, you just want to go through the back. Make sure you've centered it. So you punch out a little, either a triangle or a house shape if you go up a little further. And it's just very easy banners. And then I think I was going to use these. I think these came in a sticker pack from Michaels, I'm pretty sure. And then I think I'll stick with the black ones, but I have some of like the Tim Holtz creepy phrases and stuff too. But this one kind of works. So I think I will use this one. It says Boo Crew, which is just funny to me. There's an episode of Bob's Burgers about a boy band, and they create, Boo Boo is one of the boy band members, and they create a Boo Crew, and so that's all I can think of. So I think I'm going to trim off the end, but this should be fitting since there is a ghost. So I'll do it kind of like that. Hopefully, maybe that'll be seen. So I think what I'll do, so we will do that, and then I'm going to use the tiny attacher, which I just had to refill. Luckily, I bought backup staples. I've had this for like 7 years, and I never use it, and I need to use it more. So I'll just staple that together, and then that can be attached here. I just want to make sure the house will fit. I don't care if the staple is showing, but I want the house to fit on there, so that's fine. I'm just going to use this for now. I did buy, or my husband bought me, he went to the store and he got me a hot glue gun because I've been wanting to try one. I haven't opened it yet, but I need to kind of work on it. I want to use it on embellishments. So that's the one I got, but for right now, I think tape runner will work just fine. And then these chipboard things have stickers on the back. It just peels off. So that's pretty sticky enough for me. So I'll just go ahead and stick that to everything. It'll definitely stick to the tissue just fine. So that's good. And then we want to stick this down. I think, again, I'll probably use tape runner. I'm going to come out from the middle so I don't rip any tissue paper. I want to go in the direction that it's flowing. And this will be plenty sticky enough to stick to the card base. Very fragile paper. So stick this down here. Can flatten those edges. Sticks down just fine. And then the ghosty, we will stick him right off of there. This one looks very much like hers, just to let you know. When I post a picture on Instagram, I'll tag her for sure. And I'm going to add a bat because I don't have any of the interest of like the stitching or anything. So I'm going to throw a bat up in the corner, and he's going to come off of that just a little bit. So it's kind of heavy. Might take a couple stamps to mail. But I think that's really cute. So if you just have stuff and you don't feel like stamping or coloring, and yeah, and you've already made an embellishment or something like that, just piece it together. So there's that one, and then there's this. So I'm going to show you how I make the little rosettes. I think my first tip is to let out a lot of tissue. This is just crepe paper, like party tissue paper from the dollar store, and I got 2, so one roll is 50 cents. It'll last you a very long time. I have good scissors. I was gifted these and they cut everything beautifully, like ribbon, anything that ever gives you trouble on any other scissors. I love these, and so I use them as often as I can. We'll be using the tiny attacher to staple it, but it's just going to take some practice. You just kind of start with this. You can go whichever direction you want. You can start this way and go around like clockwise or counterclockwise. So I'm going to do that. So you want to give yourself plenty to work with and go out pretty far. And then when you're bringing it in, you just kind of turn it, and then I pinch at the middle and I flatten it at the same time. And so you just kind of get in a rhythm of doing that and hope that you get a circle in the end. And you just kind of stop once you've completed the circle. You might even overlap, which is fine. You just want to make sure you're giving yourself enough to work with. And then I mentioned before, I think I mentioned in the last video, I'm not sure, that I also trim around it when I'm done to make it round. So these do not come out perfect, as you can see. I definitely trim the edges to make it look like the purple one we just used on the card. And you just want to make sure you go slow, flatten them as you go. If you're better at this than me and you don't need to flatten them, great. That's fine. But that's just what works for me in trying to keep it pinned down. I'm hoping you can kind of see this because I know it's black. I'm hoping there's enough light. But it's fun to practice. I probably made 3 little ones before I figured out I needed to give myself more tissue to work with, and then they started getting bigger. So you can make little tighter ones, you can make, and so I just kind of peek underneath to see my progress. That's something I kind of want to cover up. That's fine. Try and keep it pinned towards the middle. And then that, and you don't want to lose that because it starts to get a lot harder to keep it together. But as long as you have it still held, I'm just going to cut the piece I'm working with. And I'm kind of, it's not really completely centered, so you have to be careful. I'm just going to go in and staple what I have a hold of so far. Again, it's kind of loose. So this one will probably take me 4 staples in the end. Grab what you can with the staple. Keep holding it together. I'm sure some of you are way better at this than me. I'm just showing you how I do it when I kind of lose control of the middle. But it's still possible. And I'll just go on the back even and flip it over just to pin some of them down. These are going to get covered up by stuff anyway. So I'm at, what, 7 staples. I just don't want this to come apart. So again, you should only need like 2 staples, 4 staples maybe. This one got a little loose on me. But I am still practicing myself. I just think they're very cute and I wanted to make them. So then I'm just going to take my awesome scissors and go around the edges to just kind of round them off. You can leave it as is. It looks fine that way too. I just prefer the rounded look. It trims really easily because it's just tissue paper. And then right where it's kind of all bunched up, and hopefully it still looks like a circle of some sort by the time you're done. Good enough for me. Alright, so then after that terrible tutorial of how to do these, I'm going to stick this down. Actually, this one's it's a little big. I'm going to try and round it out and make it smaller. which should be pretty easy to do. I hope I didn't completely mess this one up. Okay. Okay. A little smaller. And then I think I'm done with the scissors for now. Okay, so I will go to the back side of this one. Again, do the glue as best you can in the direction it's flowing. And you should be fine. Oh, or not. That is why you want to be careful. Luckily that's on the back, so I can just tear that one off. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down in the corner, and then I will grab these and make the banners. Make sure that's centered. Okay. And then for this one, let's do... that one works. If you've got it, haunt it. I wonder if that would come out okay. Let's do Stay Spooky. And then I got an idea from on Instagram. Her Instagram name is I Am Absolutely Alice, which is adorable. In her stories, she said that she was making her own like spooky stickers like this, like word stickers, because she couldn't find any that she wanted or liked. And so she basically just typed them all up on the computer. There's normal black text on white, and then she did like a black background somehow in the document with white text. And then all you have to do is print them on maybe like slightly heavier cardstock than printer paper. So like the 60-pound you can buy at Michael's. I have some of that. And so I came up with like my own phrases, and I Googled some, and trying to find the right font. And then if you print it, which I can send that cardstock through my printer, then you can make like, use like a little sticker maker. Like I have a little Xyron sticker maker, the little mini ones, and just cut them up and use your own sentiments and turn them into stickers. So I thought that was such a good idea. Hang on one sec. My husband is home and he's locked out. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you can do that and make your own spooky stickers or word stickers for your cards or whatever else. And so I was doing some at work and I forgot to send it to myself. So I'll do that tomorrow, and I can print it at home on that cardstock. So I will stick that down. And we will stick our haunted house down. Hopefully this is just going to end up covering up. And on the left. And then our little ghosty guy. We'll put him there. So he's holding down some of the tissue. And then our bat. And this is a different bat. I'll show you both of the cards next to each other. But I ended up grabbing two. I was just grabbing stuff out of the bags. I ended up grabbing two different bats. There's only one haunted house in that thing, one type. Two different ghosts, a couple different bats. So those are the cards. I need to go thank her for the awesome layout and idea. But those are your no stamping cards. So, bonus card. And thank you for watching. And hopefully I will have more videos soon. Or this weekend. I might start pre-recording. I'm going to try and do a video every day in October. I think I might be crazy. But yeah, we'll see. So, thank you for watching. Bye.